Hi guys, this is your streamer Carlos. On today's video, I'm gonna give you my rolling review of Disney's Jungle Cruise. So here we go, guys. I love this movie. I really love this movie. Again, Disney loves to do its live action movies based on one of their rides, and this is no exception. To be more specific, this movie is about one of the classic rides at Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and all around the world. And that, of course, is Jungle Cruise. But it's not your normal Jungle Cruise movie where there's a tour guide. It's an action adventure movie where there's a tour guide, like in the actual ride. But there's actual tour guide, but instead of the Jungle Cruise ending like it always does, this movie adaptation of Jungle Cruise adds a little bit of flavor to it. A little bit of flavor to the ride experience, with a hint of extra adventure. We have Frank, aka better known as the Road, Frank, who is one of the tour guides, who's played by the most electrifying dude in the world, and of course I'm talking about The Rock. Not Dwayne Johnson. I'm not gonna call Dwayne Johnson. I know him as The Rock. I don't call him Dwayne. To me, he's The Rock. So The Rock is Frank, one of the tour guides of this boating cruise tour guide company. Who the head honcho of this tour guide is of this tour cruise company. The head honcho of this tour guide cruise company is played by Paul Giamatti from Big Fat Liar, from Big Fat Liar. And guys, in this one he's not blue. And of course, on the other hand, we have Lily Hawthorne, who's played by the elegant and proper. The new version of Mary Poppins herself, Emily Blunt, and we have her brother McGregor Hawthorne, who I don't know the actor who plays Lily's brother. But anyway, Lily and her brother have been on the search, or have been trying to convince a scientific, or let's say an exploring society head, meaning the head of this exploring society, that the tree of the magic, the tears of life tree. The tears of life tree does exist. Now the tree of life, the tears of life tree is a myth. A myth that an old conquistador and his group were looking for the tears of life tree. And in this tree, tears of life tree, one of the leaves, every tree petal, like a flower petal, has their very, very specific, awesome healing properties. But here's one problem. Here's the problem. Nobody believes Lily and her brother that this tree exists. So they have been trying to convince this Exploring Society committee head and his fellow Explorer Society group mates or group dudes that the tears of life tree does exist, and the myth about the tears of life tree does exist. That it has that every leaf petal that falls from the tree can give a dead man or a sick man health again. So, but according to Lily, but according to McGregor, the tree, according to McGregor, this conquistador and his group were led to the tears of life tree because this conquistador's daughter that he adored so much to the point of that he adored so much was very sick, and he had heard that this tree of life tree had very, very, very good healing properties. Again, the petals, the leaf petals. So that was it. That's the story. But like in every good adventure movie, there has to be a twist. This conquistador lost his patience, and he got greedy and lost his patience. If you combine getting impatient with the process or waiting period, you get greedy. You start to get desperate. So, when this conquistador, which, guys, I can't remember this conquistador's name, but you can check me on that. But, anyway, this conquistador lost his patience and his good sanity. And he asked the shaman or the leader of the tribe that saved him and his crew from dying in the Amazon for a petal leaf of the tears of life tree. But again, this man, but again, the tribe father, meaning the tribe leader, said no. You have to, said no. I'm not gonna give you this sacred petal of our landscape, just for you, so you could return to Spain and give it to your daughter, and she could be healthy again. But again, this conquistador again fell into the black hole of impatient of being so desperate and so desperate of getting relief for his daughter, that he basically stuck a sword into the head tribesman, or head shaman / head of the tribe, that in his dying words, the tribe leader, the tribe father of this tribe, set in a word incantation, put a spell on the conquistadors group and himself, that would keep them from getting back into the river, or that would prevent them from getting back to the river, or they back to the river that would lead them to their ship. And that was it. That's a whole myth, that this conquistador and his group in his fellowship have been dead for 100 billion of years. And again, Lily wants to get proof of the Tears of Life tree. So she convinces her brother McGregor to accompany her to go with her. And this is where we meet. This is where Lily and McGregor meet Frank, aka better known as the Rock. Known as the Rock. So, what does Frank do? He says when Lily gets a hold of him, when she and her brother McGregor go travel from good old and elegant UK to hot and the kingdom and King Pele's homeland of Brazil. So Frank tricks does a 900, like a bad version of, like an evil version of Tony Hawk. And Frank says that indeed he is Paul Giamatti's character, who is the owner, who is the head nacho of this tour cruise line. And Lily's like, can you take me to Tears of Life tree location. And Frank is like, are you sure you want to go? You want to go there? Trousers, meaning Lily, because to give you a historical context regarding the movie, women like Lily Hawthorne didn't use pants, didn't wear pants. So it was weird to see a a woman wearing pants instead of a elegant dress. So Frank from this point on gives Lily the nickname or the moniker of trousers. Meanwhile, McGregor, her brother, Lily's brother, is like, he gets Paul Giamatti's character, and Paul Giamatti's character says, I agree to your money terms. I will get you there. I will get you to the tree of life, so you get proof of, so you can get a petal from this tree from the tears of life from the tears of life tree. Then Lily, aka better known as trousers, according to Frank, the Rock, she says, you lied to me. You owe me money, Frank. You lied to me. You owe me money, Frank. Then Frank sees that Lily's carrying a tip of an arrow. A tip of an arrow. And he tries to get it from Lily. But you may ask, why does Frank need the tip of the arrow that Lily is carrying around her neck like a necklace? Well, according to Frank, he has been searching himself, secretly searching for himself the tears of life tree to get one of these petals. And to make matters worse, besides Lily basically nagging Frank to get her and her brother McGregor to the tears of life tree, there's one more issue. There's one big issue. Lily stole this arrow tip from a German Prince Joachim, and of course he wants his arrow tip back, and Lily doesn't tell Frank or her brother McGregor that this German Prince Joachim is hunting them down. And basically, to make things short for you guys, Joachim hears about or reads about the legend of this conquistadors group that went mad, and that basically just went into a dark side place and killed the head tribesman. But the head tribesman again put a curse on this conquistador and his group. And what does Prince Joachim do? He allies himself. He promises them. He promises them that he will get them a petal for each of them of the tears of life tree, so they could relieve themselves from the curse of the head tribesman from long ago. But here's a creepy and a cool thing at once. It has been about 200 years since the events had occurred. So the conquistador and his fellow group mates, or fellow crewmen, have been meshing with the environment of the Amazon. Yes, have been meshing with the Amazon. Yes, I'm not kidding. What I mean by meshing, have been mutating with the Amazon itself. So Prince Joachim gets a deal done with the jungle, or with the conquistador. And he says, and Prince Joachim, I will get what you want. I will get what you want. But first, you need to get what I want for me. And that, of course, is the arrow tip that Lily has in her possession. To be more specific, again, on her elegant neck. Meanwhile, McGregor is not so comfortable being on Frank's cruise, and he's not quite comfortable not having the amenities that an elegant gentleman, Englishman like him should have. Instead of eating fried quail, both he and Lily have to eat the local delicacy of the river. And that, of course, is the most ferocious and ugly fish of all and the most ugly fish of all time. Tiny fish of all time, and that, of course, is piranhas. So eventually, McGregor, to be more specific, McGregor is adapting to his surroundings, but he's not liking it. He's not liking his adaptation. But anyway, Lily. One thing about Lily, she can't swim. She can't swim, and here's the so Frank says so McGregor accidentally tells Frank that Lily can't swim, that Lily, aka Trousers, can't swim, and Frank is like, well, Trousers, why did you pick, or why did he go on this journey on my cruise ship, when you in fact don't know how to swim? In case we get smashed, just in case if we get stuck or get marooned on the river, and we have to swim to the shore. So eventually, keep it short and sweet, guys. Eventually, Frank leads himself and Lily and her brother McGregor to Trader Sam, who is one of the most iconic figures in the Jungle Cruise attraction of Disneyland. Well, Disneyland / Disney World / all around the world that has a Disney. But in typical and classic Frank fashion, Frank lies to Lily by pretending that he can speak Trader Sam's dialect, and Sam's fellow local huntsman dialect or tongue, meaning language, and in fact, Trader Sam does speak English, and in fact, and to make matters worse for Lily, Sam was promised by lying Frank that she and her fellow hunters or fellow locals would get a would get a healthy amount of money if they if they could if they could scare Lily's ambition out of her of ambition and persistence out of her to go to the Tree of Life, to go to the Tears of Life tree location. Eventually, fast forward a little bit. Eventually, Lily would discover in the skipper's room or skipper's office that in fact Frank had been keeping maps or map routes / maps for to the Tears of Life tree. But anyway, going back to Trader Sam, eventually Prince Jahim and the conquistadors and himself, conquistador and his crew members were able to track down Frank, Lily, and McGregor down. Up to this point where they were with Trader Sam, and eventually this discovery by Prince Jahim and the conquistador and his crew led to a very sticky battle. Led to a very, very action-packed battle. That would cause a kind of tragedy. That would lead to Frank falling to his death while having a pointy spear stuck in his chest. That would kill a normal dude. And I'm not talking just because Frank is The Rock. It's played by The Rock. But yeah, it would kill a normal dude. But eventually, after this very sticky and awesome battle, Lily would discover that in fact Frank is actually Franco. Frank is Franco. Now, Lily and McGregor would discover, both of them would discover that Frank is Franco. Now Frank told Lily to pull the spear out of his chest. And then he said, "I will tell you everything straight up. No cornered, no sticky gum traps, meaning / lies." And Lily's like, "No, Frank, I'm a botanical expert. I'm a I'm a I'm an expert in vegetation / plants. And Frank was like, I know you can do it. Eventually, Lily was able to muster all the courage that she could, and she pulled Frank's she pulled the spear out of Frank's chest. But tragically for McGregor, he fainted. He fainted and knocked himself out. So Frank was able to tell the truth. His name is Franco. Real name is Franco. And he told Lily that in fact he was the conquistadors map router or map cartographer, which is a fancy big word for map router. And that the conquistador's father and him took him in as another family member of their family. So when his brother conquistador's daughter got sick, he had to go. He had to go with him. He had to go with his other brother, his adopted brother conquistador, brother of a brother, and his crew to go and search for the one leaf petal of the Tears of Life tree. But when Franco realized that his conquistador of an adopted brother had lost his sanity and was so desperate that he basically killed the head tribesman, the head tribesman or the head leader of the tribe that saved them all from dying and becoming a part of the deadly Amazon legacy, and that he killed, and that his brother, that is conquistador adopted brother, had killed this head tribesman for a leaf petal knew that that Frank knew that this was wrong, so he betrayed his brother and his crew members because he didn't want to be a part of this heinous debacle. So over the years, Frank and his conquistador adopted brother and his crew members would fight, and every time, Frank would get hurt, and he would fight over and over, and it would be the same process until one day, Franco trapped, or had an ingenious plan to trap his adopted conquistadorian brother and his crew members, so that way they wouldn't reach the river again, and would be stuck, would be trapped, and be a part of, and would be trapped inside this whole cave, whole meaning kind of mini cave, mini cave type thing, and eventually Frank did that, and for the past 200 years he has his adopted conquistadorian brother and his crewmate have been trapped for about 400 years, and up to this point, and that's when Frank and he said, up to today, the people that we saw when we were with Trader Sam, that's the people that you saw. Lily Slash, that's the people that you saw, that you and your brother McGregor saw. And that's the person slash people that I have been hiding from for 400 years. Then Lily said, okay, what did you do then after you trapped your conquistador adopted brother and his crewmates? Well, Franco said, I built my community. I built my own ship, and new members each year that I stayed came, and each member of the community became my friend. Became my friends, and over the years, I lost them, and I also became friends with the animals, more specific, with the next one. With the next panther slash jaguar. And every time, and every year, after my friend, each of my panther friends, I would find another panther to be my friend on the ship while I'm giving tour guides on my cruise. And eventually Lily said, Frank said, when you reach the tree of life, the tears of life tree, and you get your pet, I'm going to be at peace. I don't want to see the world. I already saw the world. I don't need to see cars. I already had my version of a car, which was my cruise. So Lily, please don't stop convincing me to come with you and McGregor to London, so I could live a full life with you guys. Eventually, Lily was shocked by that one sentence that Frank had said to her. Eventually, Frank and Lily got to a temple. Got to a temple a hidden temple that would lead them to the location of the Tree of Life. But tragically for them, Princess Jahim had kidnapped McGregor, and McGregor had no other choice but to tell Prince Jahim and the creatures that had been covering Frank's adopted conquistadorian brother and his crewmates and his crew members, where Lily and him were going to. Eventually, Lily and Frank were forced to, and kind of agreed to help Prince Joachim uncover a code, uncover a key code that would lead all of them to the Tree of Life. And in fact, this code key was easy. Lily and Frank had to attach their arrow tips that Frank had found, and that Lily had stolen from Prince Joachim, and that she had around her neck, and they would have to attack, and then when you put the final pieces of the arrow tips together, they make a card. And that's exactly what Lily and Frank did. In a twist of fate, in a twist of awesome, funny fate, Frank sacrificed himself and had given secretly McGregor a leaf petal that Frank had from the Tears life tree to give to Lily. Meanwhile, Lily was caught off guard by Frank's sacrifice. That Frank had sacrificed his own well-being, that Frank had sacrificed his electric self to give Lily what she wanted. Proof from the Tears of Life tree. Just so she could prove to this explorer commission that her father, Lily and McGregor's father wasn't lying, that wasn't making the legend of the Tears of Life tree up. Even if that meant for Frank to sacrifice his electric self, and to keep his adopted conquistadorian creepy looking jungle meshing greedy of a brother and his fellow crew members from getting the curse of the river off of them. Eventually, Lily realized that Frank was crazy. That Frank was crazy to do this. And before this, Frank and Lily realized that even though they hated their gut, that they hated each other's guts in a funny way, they complimented each other like a good pair of trousers, meaning this in a romantic way. So going back to this, Lily eventually realized that what Frank had done was absolutely crazy. Like giving Triple H a rock bottom three steel cage, three Hell in the Cell roofs that broke the top of the cell. Hell in the Cell. Eventually, to make this short and sweet, guys, eventually Lily gave Frank put the Tree of Life petal that she had left, that she had recovered from the possession of Prince Jahim, and she put this the Tree of Life petal into Frank's mouth. By this time, Frank was turned into stone, turned into rock solid stone, rock solid old ruined stone, and eventually, when Lily put the Tree of Life petal into Frank's mouth, Frank came back to life. And all three of them had returned to the cruise bay, where then we cut to 1 year later, where McGregor is giving a wonderful and epic in your face speech to the same explorer society members that had laughed at him and at his sister's research about the Tears of Life tree at the very beginning of this crazy adventure, and said to them, McGregor said to them, we reject your offer. Both me and my sister, or me and my sister, reject your offer and joining your society of explorers. Then we see Lily and Frank and Proxima, meaning Frank's Jaguar companion, in a car. And Frank and Lily drive away, and guys, that's how this wild and rock bottom and electrifying adventure ends. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Let me know what part of the movie and slash ride slash actual jungle cruise ride at Disneyland, Disney World, and all around the world do you like? So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Leave a like, and thank you for watching, and Wakanda forever. And can you smell what what Franco is cooking. Bye.